Hey, everybody. I'm your host, David Cameo, and we are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing episodes beyond the Walking Dead universe. And I'm here in another undisclosed location. Actually, it's my work. But today we have a special treat for you, as it was the case last week where we talked about our top 5 favorite episodes of The Walking Dead. Hey, Mitchell. This week we are bringing you ours and even some of your top 5 worst characters on The Walking Dead. So before we get to that, obviously we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. One thing is, in our merch store, we do definitely have a sale. T-shirts are $16. Oh, hey, Walking Dead Eternal. T-shirts are $16, and everything else is up to 35% off. It's from now until the end of the month, so April 30th. That's good. Second, if you want to support us, you can do it in one of two ways. Besides buying merch, you can head over to, and to get to the merch store, you head over to squawkingdead.com, head over to the main menu in the top left, and choose merch. The sale will automatically appear as you shop. And you can also shop at other stores and still get the same discount, plug them into your store. And I think it's the case still, if you get a certain amount, you can get free shipping, which is a boon because the shipping is usually the prohibitive thing on TeePublic. Anyway, other ways you can support us are by heading to phineascoffee.com and buying delicious, roasted to order, specialty grade coffee that I buy and I drink at home. When you head to phineas.com and plug in the code SquawkingDead at checkout, you will get 10% off your order. And every order, every bag of coffee gives us $1, so that's great. Third thing, obviously, and this costs nothing, you can like, share, subscribe to this video and this channel. You can also head over to either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead and follow us there. That costs nothing as well. When you do, you get the behind-the-scenes stuff, the feed that we don't post on social media, including when we do these behind-the-scenes recordings. You can join us during these recordings and give the people who are recording, namely me and our co-hosts, who you will see in just a second, Cosmom09, Rachael Burt, Sherrandy, Blazy Gardner, and Bridget. That's ko-fi.com/Punky Brewster. That's PUNKYBRUISETER. You can watch us record these episodes in real time and lend your feedback as well as your top 5s when we talk about them. Oh, Walking Dead Eternal, that will show up. Somebody did say Simon was one of the top 5 worst characters in Walking Dead. Other than that, we have a couple of great announcements, and I don't want to take too much time up, but namely, one is stay tuned to our social media, and if you are not following us on social media, you probably want to, because we are doing a countdown to Fear the Walking Dead's season premiere of its final season. And part of that countdown is we're going to be posting questions on our social media for you to respond to. There's going to be a link in our social media that'll take you to a page where you can answer our questions to you, the fans, and be creative. I will say more when we post the images for this rollout. Now, when you participate in this Fear the Walking Dead countdown, you'll be automatically entered. For each day that you participate, you'll be automatically entered into a giveaway. First of all, we'll be sharing your feedback, your creative input to these questions, your answers, however you want to answer them, via song, via poetry, via just writing down how you feel. We will be sharing that on social media the following day. And the day after that, we'll be asking you another question. Now, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, just follow us on our social media and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss these posts. Because, again, when you share your feedback to our questions leading up to Fear the Walking Dead season premiere, you will be automatically entered for a giveaway. Now, what is the prize for that giveaway? Or prizes, I should say, because we'll be giving away a $50 gift certificate to the twdushop.com for you to spend on. And yes, if you are international, we will work it out with you so that you can buy. If you're not in the country where that will work for you, we will work it out so that you will be able to spend your $50 before tax and shipping, or after, whatever you want to, so that you can participate in this giveaway. So another prize that we'll be giving away, and since Tom is in the car driving, we thought it'd be cool to give away.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Not that we're not giving away the episode. We're going to be giving away one of his Fear the Walking Dead thank you shirts, actually, and it's a kind of a mosaic sort of, or illustration of John Dory twirling his gun, and as you can see, it's the names of every character that's appeared on Fear the Walking Dead throughout the seasons. Now, obviously, this might have to be updated, Thomas, but we are going to buy you a thank you to Fear the Walking Dead t-shirt made by Thomas O'Mara. That's at Celtic TSO on all the social medias. So along with the $50 TWDU shop.com gift certificate, you'll be walking away with a Fear the Walking Dead t-shirt for the top prize. Whoever enters the most, and every question is a chance at winning this giveaway. So without further ado, I am presenting to you right now the top 5 worst characters on The Walking Dead, according to our hosts, Bridget, Sherrandy, and Rachael, as well as some of you who chimed in, and some of your answers are funny and really need explanation, either in the chat or preferably in the comment section, wherever you're watching this. Without further ado, ladies, here is the top 5 worst characters on The Walking Dead. So here we go.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Today we are here to talk about The Walking Dead worst characters, an absolute waste of airtime.
Okay, there we go.
Was written terribly, or who made terrible decisions, or did terrible things, or was just excruciating to watch, because that's how I ended up coming up with my last one. I've also reached out to several people online, and they have given me theirs. We will talk about those further on down the line. But I am going to start with you tonight, Bridget.
Me. If I could have put my number 1 as every single answer, I would have, just so you guys know. Would have been the same name written 5 times.
5 times. Same here.
Because that's the level I feel. Okay.
Same.
But instead, because I wanted to give you adequate
My
content.
top 2 would have just alternated.
Yeah.
To give you quality content, I came up with a list of other names. And my number 5 is Pope. Just a damn waste.
I feel that way too. He almost made my list, because why was this character even?
Why did he exist?
Why
was he
exist?
birthed?
But if we get into that, we need to question the entirety of the Reaper storyline. I think the Reaper storyline legitimately was introduced just to put Maggie and Negan together and prepare people for them to be together on Dead City, because I see no other reason for this Reaper storyline, period, at all.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So my theory on the Reaper storyline is that COVID actually really screwed the pooch on this. They thought they were going to get an 11th and a 12th season, and they would have finished there. 11th season would have been Reapers, and then 12th season would have been Commonwealth. And that would have made more sense to me. We got some excellent people out of it. Ethan and Robert, Wells and Washington, some great Reapers who are played by excellent actors that we really love. And I'm sure the guy who plays Pope is excellent. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
sorry for that.
He's amazing.
He's
Richard
like
Coster
he's like an incredible character.
Phenomenal.
I know. I know. I'm really underselling him right now, but yeah, he's a great actor.
We need the disclaimer here. Nothing we say is ever against the actors. All of you actors are amazing and fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You cannot help what you are given to act out.
No. And some of this is, you played your part so well, I hate you so much. Kudos to you. Pope, I don't really understand this character's motivation. It's this weird religious aspect that was thrown in, and it was baffling to me because The Walking Dead has done religion well the whole time leading up to this. Every mention of religion has been really well thought out and carefully done and well handled and managed. And so this was such a weird culty thing that was happening, and I didn't love it. Pope was hard for me as a bad guy. There wasn't much to be desired.
Character building. Oh, this guy's a religious military nut. Okay, but why?
Yeah.
But why?
We get that story about the fire and how they were spared. But that to me was not a full explanation as to why he is the way. Yeah.
It wasn't enough. Okay, I could see that playing a part, but it wasn't quite enough. There just was something fell short. But something fell short kind of with this whole little story arc. There were some really cool scenes. We got some really great special effects stuff. The Hwacha. Which is cool because it's ancient technology, and that was pretty awesome. Wells's death, killer, great zombie work there. Hwacha with the zombies with the fireworks in their eyes. That stuff was sick. It was awesome. But Pope could have been not even there.
His exit was very anticlimactic.
Underwhelming.
And then Leah sacrificed him, and then she died 3 episodes later. So what was even the entire point?
Someone had a really good idea here that could have went somewhere, and then they were like, nope, never mind.
Do you see what I mean, though? It almost feels like it was too crammed in. Had it been given a little bit of space to breathe, had they done more of we're going to pan over to the Commonwealth and check in on Eugene and Princess and that whole deal and see what's going on there with Ezekiel, and maybe that would have played out a little bit slower, because it just felt like everything slammed all together and they're like, no, we've got to move on to the next storyline because otherwise we won't have enough time to finish it.
I don't know the timing, but I wonder if they had written out a different storyline for the Reaper arc. And then they ended the show. They said, oh, the show's going to end.
Yeah, scramble.
Cut that off and scramble to finish the rest of it. If you weren't going to go anywhere else with the Reaper arc, then you should have spent that time elsewhere.
It felt weird. But anyway, that's my 5 is Pope. Because Pope Market.
Pope Mark 2.
I had to really, really, really go into my brain for this one because there are not very many characters I hate. Even the characters we see on screen that we're supposed to hate serve a purpose. So my number 5 I picked simply because of a choice the character made. I actually don't even mind the character other than what he tried to do. And that's Dr. Stephen Edwards for trying to kill Carol in Grady Memorial.
Yes. Okay. Didn't even cross my mind. I've literally not thought about that guy since I watched.
I don't even remember the character, but okay.
They could have just not had him and the story would not be impacted at all.
My number 5 is Officer Dawn Lerner, just because I really...
She's not on my list.
Yeah.
But,
I can't even put it. I've only watched that spate of episodes twice because I hate it so much. I hate that entire storyline. The episodes where they're in the hospital, I just hate so much. But what is this woman doing? I know she thinks she's surviving or whatever, but what is she creating?
I don't know. Some kind of
horrible, fucked up.
Like
weird hierarchy.
It's a tiny little microcosm of the Commonwealth. You have this hierarchy, and then you have the lower down people. And number 1, bitch, get your finger off the trigger. That's why you shot Beth in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So
learn some freaking trigger control, dude.
Lady. I'm going to read everybody's top number 5s. Brian also said Dawn. Thomas said RJ.
Oh, Thomas!
He almost went on my list too, if I'm being honest. I almost put RJ.
Poor RJ.
Strand said Milton.
Milton.
I mean, I kind of liked Milton, but I can see it.
Milton.
I can see it.
I think my favorite part was when he asked Herschel if he could look at his leg. And Herschel said, should you buy me dinner first?
Right.
Christy Boykin also says Pope.
Wow.
AJ says Gregory.
Oh,
okay.
Gregory didn't even make my list.
Matt said
he crossed my mind. What?
I didn't even think of Gregory, to be honest. Matt said Rosita.
Wow.
Matt, I demand an explanation.
We demand answers.
Yes. Donnie said Tomas.
Okay.
Fair. Mitchell said Dante.
He serves such a purpose, though.
Oh, God, but he is a hateable character, ain't he?
Yes.
He should be on the
Not
other
at
list,
first, though. You kind of like him at first. It's the worst.
Every time I think of Dante, I think of the weird fixation Sadiq had on his lips.
His mouth.
Linda A says Pope again.
Wow. Good
Crystal Jordan says Morgan. Yes, Crystal.
Not Walking
word
Dead,
fear.
Morgan.
Right, right.
Takira says Sophia.
Wow.
Oh, Tahira has mentioned that she feels Sophia should have just listened.
She really should.
I mean,
she
is
really
fair.
should have just listened.
Why didn't you just stay there, kid? Why didn't you just stay there?
Yeah.
Just stay in the house, Carl.
Kids get
Sophia.
scared.
My number 4 may come in a little bit lower than you would expect. It is one Lori Grimes.
Wow. She's way too high.
She made your list. She made
that
your
number's
list.
She made
too
my
high.
list. She made my list. Oh, Lori, what can I say about you? One, Sarah Wayne
Lori.
Callies, you are an amazing, beautiful person, and I'm so sorry that you get so much shit for playing Lori Grimes.
Love the
Yeah,
actor,
because
hate the
you
character.
went on, because you have gone on to do some really cool stuff. Colony,
Mhm.
for one, excellent show. Great acting. And also, I love that she stood by Darabont. Lori Grimes was an unlikable character, not because of the actress, but because of the writing.
Do you write them to
Right.
be that way? They're supposed to be likable.
Could have
Yes.
made her better. She could have been more likable. Maybe that would have given more of a want from the audience to see her turn it back around and step away from Shane. But it was almost kind of like, Shane can have her. She sucks. That's how I felt about it. As I've gotten older and I've watched the show more and more, I actually dislike her less, probably with every watch. Something that's just changed.
See, I went
As
the
I've
other
watched
way.
it?
I went the other way because I liked her when I binged it. I don't know why everybody's giving Lori so much shit. And then I went back and rewatched it a couple times. Oh, this bitch. Stop pitting these two guys against each other. Stop telling Rick to do one thing and then bitching at him because he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Stop egging Shane on and going to him with your problems and making him feel like he is a part of your life and then fucking turn around being like, what are you doing?
I didn't love that.
So
Also, watch your kid.
Yeah.
He's in the house. He's literally next to you. So,
but then she totally freaked out when Shane was teaching him to catch frogs down in the quarry. Was there any place he was safer? Shane was not going to let
With
anything
Shane.
happen.
Yeah.
also, at least
But
someone's
she would have
watching
lost
him.
her shit over that.
I know she was really pissed, but that's her whole I don't want to get caught for cheating thing. That's what that is. I get it because it's selfish either way, right? It already happened. You were lied to. So
she thought her
you
husband
could
was
have
dead.
owned up and said, I'm sorry, I thought you were dead. A
Right.
little too quick to move on, in my opinion.
Hey,
But I don't know.
a bitch got to do what a
But
bitch got to
still.
do to survive in the apocalypse, right?
Right?
She had to
Right.
say thank you
So-
somehow.
It's why I think I've kind of loosened up on disliking her so much over time. Because I'm older now, and so I know that you do just genuinely make mistakes and do
I
weird stuff.
didn't hate everything that she did, but she made some genuinely terrible decisions. And people make bad decisions. That's just the way life is.
You don't need to run off in your car and not pay attention and get a walker and then cause all
The
this drama for no
only-
reason.
The only walker in broad daylight on the fucking road. Bitch, did you not know? Don't look at your phone while you're driving. The same thing goes for your map. Pull over and look at the map, and then you can keep driving. But anyway, she reminds me a lot of Skylar White from Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
who caught so much shit because she was against Walt.
Yeah.
Well, Walt was the bad guy. I'm sorry. Newsflash, people.
Yep.
He was
Mhm.
putting their entire family in danger, and Skylar was trying to protect her family.
Yeah.
He just
Was
happened to
she
be
a
the main
bitch?
character.
Yes, she was a bitch because she was trying to protect her family from someone who was actively destroying it. However, nobody was actively destroying Lori's relationship except Lori.
She was blowing it up herself. Yeah.
She did that on her own.
That she's my number one. Just
Okay.
putting it out there.
Sorry.
She was my
Sorry,
number
beat you to it.
She's not my number one, but she's on the list.
one.
Number 4, Spencer Monroe.
Hmm.
Fuck that dude. I was actually glad when Negan gutted him.
He was hard
When
to
he
like.
did
yeah.
the super, I'm gonna be like an American Gladiator and shoot the hook over the
climb,
thing. and
yeah.
try to
Oh
go
my gosh. Fall. Just fall. And then we find out he has that hidden stash of booze. Fuck this dude. Right after he gave that big old speech about, we need to share everything, everybody.
There's a quote that fits perfectly for him, and it's from a movie from the 90s called Welcome to the Dollhouse. Please watch it if you haven't.
I
Holy crap, that
Yes.
movie's incredible.
Yeah.
What I would say to Spencer is you think you're hot shit, but really you're just cold diarrhea.
He was,
Yeah.
he was preparing us for Sebastian.
But Sebastian was
Sebastian
lovable,
Light.
evil.
We kind of liked Sebastian, even though he was the worst. He's not even on my list, and I really didn't like him.
Props to Spencer for going out and looking for his mom in the woods.
The one
him
good
that.
thing he did.
My number 4 was Nicholas.
Okay, that's my
Like-
number 1, and he is the one I would have written for every single number. Had
Yeah.
it been
Nicholas is my number 3.
I hate him so much with such a fiery passion because he took Noah from me, and I will never forgive him ever, 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 ever. Just Nicholas. That's my 5. Just Nicholas all the way down. Suck it, dude. Just
But-
if
I
anyone
love
can
how
sit
wildly
on it,
different
it's him.
our lists are.
he did keep Glenn from being ripped.
In his death, he protected Glenn in his death.
Yeah.
And
so he
and
sacrificed himself for Glenn.
Not really though.
and
But
he was
not
the
really,
reason.
though.
He was the reason Glenn was in this situation in the first place. So the least he could do is fucking kill himself and use his dead body as cover. Fuck
Exactly.
Nicholas.
Exactly.
Allowed him a moment to slide under the dumpster.
I don't even have to say anything about why I hate him. Thank you guys.
I hate him so much.
He's my number 3. So we might as well just keep the Nicholas hate going because I fucking
right.
hate him.
Okay, so no,
He
that
he
scene
almost
with
tried to kill
Noah-
Glenn in the woods too.
That scene with Noah is burned into my brain forever of his face being eaten off.
Oh,
Because of
of
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Yep.
And I loved Noah so much.
It was so satisfying
So
watching
hard.
Glenn beat the shit out of him too when he shot at him in the
Yes.
woods and he just
Yes.
kicked his
And
ass.
somehow his death wasn't enough. I needed
No.
him to die in just the worst kind of way. I needed him to be ripped up, physically ripped apart. That's what
He
I
shouldn't have. He shouldn't have been able to shoot himself first. Glenn should have just pushed him off the dumpster.
But then we wouldn't love Glenn as much as
No, I think
Glenn would never do that. Glenn would never do
He
that.
would still, I think you'd make you love
Well,
Glenn even more if you shot
Maybe because I hate Nicholas so much. Okay, anyway,
But Glenn would never.
Sorry.
Do that.
sorry, I took that over for you, but he was my number 1. I just
I
really
don't think I
hated him.
need to say anything else. I think it's all.
Are those all the reasons you also hate
Yeah,
him?
pretty much. So everybody else is number 4. Brian said Jules.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
She got her
Whoa.
comeuppance, didn't she? There, Brian.
Yikes.
Thomas said Sam.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair, fair.
Strand said Alden.
Oh,
Did you hate
Interesting.
Alden? Maybe he's just a useless
Wow.
character. Christy Boykin said Governor.
mm,
Wow. Okay.
AJ said Sebastian.
okay.
Matt said a rat. I don't know. who
Arat. That's
Mhm.
one of
One of the
Negan's
saviors.
She's the one who killed Olivia.
The blonde.
Yeah, and then she was killed by Beatrice later.
Okay. The girl with the white hair, right? The
Yeah.
Oceansiders killed at the
Yeah.
end. Donnie said Jadis.
This is worst characters, right? Not villains.
Yeah. Worst
Okay.
characters.
They're all picking villains.
Saved the villains for the villains list.
Mitchell says Spencer also.
Okay.
Linda said Jared.
Oh, poor
Aw.
shitty Jared.
Yeah, we hate Jared, but we love Jared. We love Tate.
Crystal said Merle.
What?
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 And Takira says Simon.
That was a really weird round.
All right. You ready for
Okay.
this number
All right.
3?
Bridget.
Number
you're
3.
Number 3.
Okay. We all knew it was coming. Sam Anderson.
Poor Sam.
Poor Sam.
Poor Sam.
Poor Sam, but poor me that I had to watch that haircut. Okay. One. What? Dude, what were they thinking? This is Jadis in World Beyond.
They
It
just
like-
wanted you to hate him more.
It's a bad haircut. 2. why
Jesse
is
did it.
Why is it Tiny Tim? She's a hairstylist. Why did she literally put a salad bowl on your head and then cut your hair? And it still had salad dressing in it. It had olive
Oh
oil
my
in it. And
gosh.
that's why his hair is slicked to his head. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
That's a bad hair.
So one
Oh my gosh.
horrible haircut
Bad hair.
with
Bad
his
hair.
hairstylist mom. So explain that to me. 2, Tiny Tim It's fine that you're listening to Tiptoeing Through the Tulips. That's fine. It's an okay song. But why so loud, dude? Turn it
Bridget,
down.
But if it's too loud, you're too old.
It's true. Except when it's a zombie apocalypse, stop playing your music so loud because you're attracting zombies.
I'm sorry.
But anyway.
But Aaron specifically says it doesn't matter how loud your babies cry or how loud anything, the walkers can't hear you and can't get to you. So Sam feels totally safe playing his stupid music as loud as he wants. And it also drowns out the terrors in his brain that Carol instilled when she threatened him with being eaten alive by monsters.
Because he's a whiny baby and he needed it. So
I know.
So what he needed was a session or two with Carl whipping his ass into shape, and then he would have been fine.
another
Or
reason
even his
for
own
Ron to
fucking
hate
brother.
him.
He has
Yeah.
an older
He
brother.
stopped
Why
being
wasn't
babied by
Ron?
his mom.
Why wasn't Ron on his ass? Come on, grow up, kid.
I
I
don't
get
know.
why
I don't
I get
know.
why Jesse was
Ron
baby.
was
But-
too worried about Carl macking on
Carl
his
and
girl.
Enid. Oh my gosh.
I just can't. It was so overwhelmingly obnoxious. We saw other kids in the apocalypse. There's something about Sam that I just never could get over. I just really don't like him. Like I said, no means the actor. Poor kiddo. I am so sorry you were relentlessly bullied on the internet for
Poor
playing.
Major.
I'm sure you're a delightful person, and I am so sorry that that happened to you.
He is.
I hate that for him. I really do. But this character sucks.
My number 3 is Henry.
Oh, whoa.
What?
She came out swinging.
I hated Henry so much. Like, tested him. I was
Like,
so glad
Young
when it
Henry
was-
or like older Henry? Or
No,
both?
I'm talking about teenage
Horny
stupid.
Henry.
Horny Henry.
I was so glad his stupid face was on a pike at the end of that episode. Sorry, Carol. I hate it for you, but I
Ooh.
so much. I'm sorry, Henry.
Yikes.
Not you, Matt Lintz. You're awesome. But I fucking
Yeah.
hated Henry so much. He was close to making it into the top 2, but 2 other characters were already there. Carl did stupid shit. He didn't listen and went out and got Dale eaten, but he was 8.
Mm-hmm.
Henry, you've grown up in
Don't talk about it.
Henry, you have grown up in this world. You know better. Maybe it's just because I hate teenagers.
True that.
Brian said he hated Aiden. That's number 3.
Aiden was pretty awful too.
I thought he meant our Aiden.
No.
No, not Aiden.
Aiden Monroe,
I
you
was
almost
like,
forget
what?
about him because he's only in 1 or 2 episodes before he dies.
He's up there with
Yeah.
Nicholas though, because those 2 shitbags
Right,
are the
they
reason
were-
so much bad
Yep.
stuff happened.
Thomas said Deanna. A lot of hate from the
Wow.
Who's Deanna?
a lot of Monroe hate going on.
Fuck the whole Monroe family. Reg was awesome. Everybody
Reg
can
was
agree. We
awesome.
love Reg.
was
We
cool.
love
Everybody
Reg.
else can suck it. That's only because Reg didn't live long enough to piss us all off. Strand says Jesse. Jesse's hooking up with Rick for her husband. Her husband's just been murdered and she's hooking up with his killer, no problem.
Well,
Right?
to be fair, she should be arrested for the haircut that she gave Sam. So.
She should be arrested.
Little did you know that's why Morgan built the prison. That's why
for
Morgan
Jesse.
built that prison cell was for Jesse for giving that horrible haircut to Sam.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Christy Boykin says Jared. She had another vote for Jared.
Dang.
AJ says Pamela. So the governing people are not getting a lot of love here in general.
Mhm. No.
Matt, thank you, Matt. He also says Henry. You and me, Matt. You and me, fist bump. Donnie says Simon.
Simon
Mitchell.
again is on the list.
Wow.
Mitchell says Nicholas.
Yeah, Mitchell.
That's
Yeah,
right.
except he should have been
Mi-
your number 1.
Mitchell and I are on the same wavelength here.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been Nicholas.
No,
My
my number 1. Mine. I would have repeated my
See
number
where
1
you're
5.
right.
Well, my number 1 and number 2 would have just been tied
Alternate
across the board.
Linda says Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal says Gregory. And Takira also says Gregory. We got a lot of
Wow.
Gregory.
Gregory was pretty awful. Don't be a political official.
Number
Or-
2 is one Dr. Pete Brett Anderson.
Ooh, nice.
I bet you guys can guess why I have a personal hatred towards
Because he
Brett
allowed his
Anderson.
wife to cut his son's hair so horribly.
Yes.
He didn't speak up when he saw his kid. What the fuck did you do to my son?
Well,
Why did you do this? Why do you continue to do this to him?
his hair wasn't that fantastic, so maybe he just didn't know that was what was going on.
She's a really bad hairstylist, one. Thank God the apocalypse happened, so she wasn't giving bad haircuts in as much of a frequency as she was prior, obviously. No, alcoholic, abusive shithead. So
Yeah.
don't care for that. Skulking in the dark, the creepy weirdness towards Rick. It was almost like he wanted to be cuckolded. It was so weird. You want to bang my wife? And then he's like, how dare you bang my wife? Like,
Are you offering? I'll take you up on that.
like,
Okay.
what's happening? That was like a
Mine
weird,
died quite a while ago. I
it was
haven't
like a
seen her
weird,
lately.
I want to be cuckolded by my wife so that then I can beat my wife for sleeping around on me. Maybe I'm just projecting my own
different
issues
strokes.
on it.
Different strokes for different folks, right?
Different strokes.
I thought about putting Jesse on this list, but I did not. But the haircuts and the art, man.
She's just not talented.
No, the owl? Come on.
It was
What?
I just love that the art and the haircuts are your 1 and 2 reasons. It's like not
Haircuts,
being sucking
art.
face with Rick 2 days after her husband's dead.
Yeah,
Bye, Rick.
he's Rick.
I mean, he
can
did-
get
he
it.
did-
Let me give you a horrible haircut so I can sleep with you. Just kidding. His hair looked great.
Did you see how she used those scissors on the wolf lady? I mean,
That's how she gives haircuts.
right?
Like real Edward Scissorhands.
I wonder how Edward Scissorhands would do in the apocalypse.
Probably pretty well.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except he was real soft.
He was very timid.
Uh,
Well, you'd have to cut that
"Ah."
shit out.
I don't want to kill people.
Get over it.
My hands are weapons I can never truly love. It would be like that all the time. He's like, oh, this guy is just bitching about his scissor hands again. He'll never die in the zombie apocalypse, but here he is bitching about his scissors.
The most useful person, not just for killing zombies, but a lot of shit needs cutting, and scissors are not being made
Yeah.
anymore.
It's true. You'd have to constantly sharpen them.
Oh my God, over time, does that mean he ends up with little nubs?
They would. They would just get
finally have
smaller and
real
smaller.
fingers. I have real fingers.
Come here, I can hug you now.
Little scissors. Little scissor nubs.
He's down to doing manicures.
They turn into those little kids' safe scissors with the rounded tips.
This has gone off the rails a little bit.
Oh my
It
god.
has. It has.
Rachel, you're number 2.
Lori fucking Grimes. Fuck that bitch.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Yep. We waited this long.
My number 2, Andrea.
Oh, I knew it.
Fucking Andrea.
That's Rachel's number 1.
Sure as fuck is.
I knew it. I was like, I know it's
I just-
number 1.
I'm fascinated by how much I hate Andrea.
You guys, she's not even on my list because the more I watch, I don't love her, but I don't hate her as much as I hate other people.
She's one of those characters when people say they like her. Fucking why? I get angry when I find out people actually like her.
I don't like her. I won't go that far. But do I hate Nicholas more? Yes, with the fire of 1,000 suns.
I feel
I hate them for very different reasons. Nicholas was a piece of shit. He did some horrible things, but Andrea was just a fucking heaping garbage pile of a character. Just fucking
Can I just say
useless.
that I'm so glad that none of us have Dale on our list because it always upsets me when people say they hate Dale.
how could you hate Dale?
How
I
can you
hate
hate Dale? No!
I do.
A man's
But-
eyebrows alone. Come on.
I know that. Okay. To be fair, I did not care for the character, but he's entertaining as fuck on screen. His Dale faces.
I'm
face is
Dale. I feel like that's what I look like.
I
He's
like
such a
Dale
shitster.
because I like Dale because he was just trying to be fair. I don't want to kill this little kid. This is the apocalypse. Everybody's dying. Why should we add to that? By killing a kid who hasn't done
Okay,
anything wrong.
Dale was preaching exactly what Daryl said in the last episode of the show.
Right.
Way back when Dale was living in 2027 and everybody else was like, no, zombie apocalypse. And he's like, no, we ain't the Walking Dead. It's them bitches.
Right.
Let's focus on the dead.
We're gonna have to have civilization again, and in order to have civilization again, you have to be civilized. So I totally got Dale. I was very upset when he died. Damn it, Carl. That was
not.
That was
I
Carl's-
didn't
that was
like
Carl's
Carl.
worst decision.
But you know what? Here's what I loved about Carl. He recognized what he did
owned up
and
to it.
fucking
Yeah.
learned from it.
He felt the weight of what he did too.
Right.
He
And-
wasn't like, oh, it's not my fault it followed me back. He was like, no, I fucked up.
But I fucked up, and he felt bad about it. He couldn't make reparations, but he learned from that mistake, and he never did
Right.
anything like that again.
Don't worry, Dale. I'll shove your insides back in and you'll be fine.
The first instance of Daryl taking the heat off of Rick.
Shooting Dale.
Yeah.
The first instance maybe where Daryl was really, really a member of the group.
Even that season, he stayed away from the house, way the fuck away from the house.
Well, yeah, Andrea kept trying to shoot him.
Yeah, bitch.
Fucking
Fucking
Andrea.
Fucking
Brings
Andrea.
us back around to the fact that she's my number 2. God damn it.
Okay.
So Brian's number 2 was Nicholas.
Fucking Nicholas.
Thomas. Thomas's number 2 is dog.
Thomas, why are you a troll? Why did you make this as a troll list? This is not
Because he
serious.
was sending it to Sherrandy.
Because he's just trolling all of us.
If dog dies, we riot. David Strand, his number 2 is Bob.
Bob crossed my mind. Honestly, Bob did cross my mind.
I liked Bob.
I loved Bob. What is wrong with you guys?
David Strand, I demand an explanation for this. Thank you.
Bob was useful once because he knew what medications were. Other than that, what are you doing here, really?
Bob was useful because he fed some people.
He fed the enemies.
That's great.
Bridget's crushed right now.
I can't. Frankie is whining very loudly, I'll have you know.
She disagrees with
She's
Strand.
yeah, she's
She's upset
mad
about
about dog.
Christy Boykin says Gage. Fair.
Okay.
Oh
fair,
yeah, that is
fair, very fair.
That guy's a shitbag.
AJ says Spencer. Matt
Look.
says Ron. Surprisingly, the first
Yeah.
Ron gotten.
Ron definitely crossed my mind too.
Yeah. Donnie says Spencer. Another Spencer. Spencer is very hated. Mitchell says, surprisingly, Tara.
What? Fucking love Tara.
Mitchell, explanation.
Explain
on this.
yourself.
Please explain yourself here.
Explain yourself, please.
Linda says Sam. Crystal says Spencer. Yet another Spencer.
Oh.
Takira says Amy.
Amy.
Oh no.
Amy was sweet, but also kind of useless.
She could have gotten better. We don't
She
know.
could have.
We are down to our number 1, Bridget. Nicholas.
Nicholas
We all
5
know.
times.
I think we've discussed why we hate Nicholas. Rachel, you're number 1.
Andrea 5 times. Andrea. Fucking Andrea.
I think we've gone over that. And my number 1 was Lori. I'm not mad about you, Lori. I'm not mad about you getting with Shane less than 2 months after your husband supposedly died. I get it. A girl gotta survive. Okay. But when your husband comes back,
Don't immediately start plotting to kill your lover.
you gotta make a choice, man. That's all I'm saying. So everybody else's number 1s were Brian, Natanya,
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Thomas, Andrea.
Yes.
Strand says Lori. Christy says Andrea. AJ says Sophia. Damn, AJ.
Okay.
Matt says Sam. Donnie says Gareth.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
Mitchell says Sam. Linda says Andrea. Crystal says Zach.
Oh,
Zach.
Beth's boyfriend.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I remember his death. It was the episode when the helicopter falls through the ceiling.
Yeah, they're in the
convenience
liquor
He
store.
got crushed by all like the liquor bottles or something.
Yeah, he got crushed by alcohol.
Well, it happens to all 20 something.
Oh my gosh.
Haven't we all been crushed by alcohol at one point or another?
Yes, I believe there's video evidence of this somewhere.
I want you to call Waffle House and ask them if they will kick you out for wearing slippers.
They're gonna kick me out. I don't have shoes on.
Would you like to trade?
No, because then you'll have slippers on.
You can't go in
that
slippers.
video evidence right here.
Insert the gif of Aaron flopping.
Right? Aaron on the floor. Oh my gosh.
To finish off this top 5 worst characters, Takira also says Andrea. So I'd say it's
Andrea
a pretty
takes the cake.
fair tie between Andrea and Lori being the worst characters on the show. So
I think all Walking Dead fans can agree that they are definitely among the worst of the worst.
I will say that Watch Mojo, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels, did the top 20 worst Walking Dead characters, and number 1 and number 2 were Lori and Andrea.
Oh my god.
They got it right.
What are your thoughts? Who are your top 5 worst characters? Useless.
And explain why. Tell us
Terrible.
who and
Yes,
why.
tell us why. Comment. Thank you guys for coming here. This has been me, Sherrandy Blazy Gardner, Rachel at CosmoMom09, and Bridget at Ain't My First Radio and at X Prophecy Girl on Instagram and Twitter, respectively. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
And if you like what you heard, make sure to head over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead. 5 stars and eggplant is all we need to know that you love us. But tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Tell us what your top 5 worst characters were in your rating. But make sure to tell us after every episode. And if you really, really like what we're doing, well, make sure you head over to either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead, like we said in the beginning, and make sure to follow us. It is absolutely free to do so, and make sure that you know the next time we record so that you can participate in the chat while we record. Behind the scenes, it is free to attend these recording sessions, but we do not post them on social media or when we post any exclusive stuff that you will be aware of, whether or not you are able to click on it and see behind the paywall. It'll give you the opportunity to either tip us for 30 days of supported back content, or you can join a membership tier for as little as $1 a month and get access to our Discord, as well as all the locked posts and a whole host of other perks that you get right off the bat. Free items in our merch, in our Ko-fi shop. That's ko-fi.com/squawkingdead/shop. And again, a whole host of other cool things that we like to include others that support us in our endeavors. Like some of the people who gave us answers to this top 5 TWD worst characters. Other than that, what we like to do at the end of these episodes, because we're doing this live, is highlight our Survivors and Whispers tier members, the upper tier members. First off, with our Survivors tier members, we have at Eliza Jones 71 on Instagram and at Jones AJ6 on Twitter, at Real Ryan GM on Twitter. Takira, who you can reach at ko-fi.com/Connie Dixon, the number 4 LYFE. That's Connie Dixon for life. And Linda Peck Athens, Fan Art Lindy, who you can reach at ko-fi.com/fanart Lindy. And on to our Whispers tier members. How do I do that again? Scrolling down at the bottom, our Whispers tier members are at Judith.Morton on Instagram, at Aiden Atkin, who you can reach at ko-fi.com/Aiden Atkin. You've got Tyler Philip Cox on both Instagram and Twitter, as well as at J13 Voorhees on Instagram and Twitter. And last but definitely not least, Sandy.D.Morrison on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Sandy.D.Morrison. Without further ado, thank you for joining us for the top 5 worst TWD characters. We have more to come. I have one more episode that's waiting to be edited for you. It is, I think it's the top 5 best Fear the Walking Dead episodes. We haven't posted the unedited episode recording for that just yet. I will as soon as humanly possible. And also do just the cuts. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you haven't been following us on either Ko-fi or Patreon. I introduced a thing called Just the Cuts, which is basically everything I've edited out from both this and the last episode. And it's the ums, the ahs, the redundant speech, and it's just this slew of flubs. This one was, I think, 10 minutes long, and it just, and it just keeps going through it. It's just funny. You can either watch the unedited episode and see it for yourself, but I recommend after watching this video, if you are supporting us, you can actually stream just the cuts from both this and the last episode, the TWD best episodes and the TWD worst characters. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for participating. And remember again to check our social media. Make sure you turn on notifications in the next coming 2 weeks leading up to Fear the Walking Dead's return, because we will be doing a giveaway based on your feedback to our questions that we'll be posting on social media. And the prizes are a $50 gift certificate to the TWDU shop, as well as a thank you t-shirt from Thomas O'Mara, a Fear the Walking Dead thank you t-shirt containing a silhouette of John Dory, aka played by Garrett Dillahunt, and in the background, all the names of all the characters that have appeared on Fear the Walking Dead. Thank you very much. We'll see you very soon. And for some of you, maybe most of you, we'll see you at the camp. Have a good night, everybody. Bye, Mitchell. Bye, Walking Dead Eternal. Bye, Thomas O'Mara. Bye, my fellow hosts. I love you.